You are listening to Best in Seattle Real Estate with host Tina Mitchell, MLO 145420. This podcast is for real estate agents. Tina interviews the best of the best agents in the greater Seattle market. Learn strategies and the mindset needed to be your best. If you're looking to take your real estate business to the next level, this show is for you.
Welcome to Best in Seattle Real Estate Podcast, sponsored by Hubbard Radio Seattle. I am your host and local mortgage expert, Tina Mitchell. My show is with real estate agents for real estate agents. My lineup is exclusive and reserved for the best of the best in the greater Seattle real estate market based on closed transactions in the last 12 months. If you are in the real estate business looking to take your business to the next level and up your game, you are in the right place. My guest today is here to share what he has learned over the years that has taken him to the top in the real estate field. Now in studio, Jeff Dickinson of eXp Realty. Jeff has closed 82 transactions in the last 12 months, and that earns him the title of industry leader. Data provided and verified by MMI, Mobility Market Intelligence. I would also like to give a big shout out to Benny, my producer over at Hubbard Radio. Thank you, Benny, for all that you do.
You're quite welcome, Tina, and it's good to see you. Big hug. I haven't seen you physically. Last week, I messed it all up, but I'm back. You can see me now.
Yeah, he tried to have his video off, and I'm telling him that's not the way this show is going to go.
Yeah,
right. Tried. He's a big part of the show, and I want to give him credit and credibility, of course. So thank you.
You're quite welcome.
And Jeff, thank you again for joining my show. As you know, and my audience know, it is exclusive and reserved for the best of the best based on the number of transactions you've closed. And there's only so many that are 1 percentile. So that brings you back into studio again, and just thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me again, Tina. Thrilled to be here.
Absolutely. And before we get started, I'd like to share a little bit about Jeff. 40-year real estate career building resort communities up and down the West Coast to top producing Seattle residential agent. Jeff primarily focuses on corporate affinity relationships to generate a steady stream of business by providing financial and health wellness education at the workplace. Recently, he founded an AI company called LeadIgnition. Very excited for that, Jeff. So, Jeff, in my introduction, I share that you have a corporate employee program. Is that where a majority of your business comes from? And if not, where and how do you foster your relationships?
Yeah, it really is, Tina. So yeah, corporate affinity, as I say, I'm the aging shepherd of corporate affinity. You know, I don't really run into other agents that are using that as a way to generate clients. So the market's so wide open. And you know, what I do is when I'm with a new client, let's say a buyer client, we know that we're wired to get the referral from them, but one question we're not asking them is who they work for. And if we can find out who they work for, let's say within a 50 to 1,000 employee company, that's just ideal. And all of a sudden now you've just opened up a new marketing opportunity to generate clients. So
yeah, and Jeff, that's why I created this show, is so other agents can be motivated and inspired to take their business to the next level. And you are literally right now today, you are sharing your secret sauce.
Yes.
What has made you successful is ask the question, where do they work? Now, the hard part, Jeff, and the reason why there's only 1% that are in the 1 percentile is because it takes a lot to, first you need to have a great idea, and yours is a proven plan. It works, obviously, but then you need to go through the continued process of building the system. Do you ever bring other agents into your system if they have if they connect that company to you?
I do, Tina. Yeah. What I find is I get a lot of initial interest, not only from real estate agents, but mortgage representatives. But it's the follow through that it just never comes to fruition, or very, very, very seldom. So I'm wide open, again, the aging shepherd of corporate affinity. I'd love to teach it to anyone.
Well, if you're
So
listening to the show right now and you're a real estate agent, and just pick up the phone and to your clients that you've worked with before, find out what company they work with, see if there's a connection, that you've got this corporate program. Obviously reach out to Jeff first to understand, but he just said that if you make that introduction, you've got an opportunity to grow business through his platform. So you don't have to recreate the wheel. He's got everything that's working, and that's enabled him to close over 80 transactions in the last 12 months. All right, Jeff. So what is the next big thing that you are working on in your business?
yeah, a couple of things that I'm really excited about. One is the AI company that I started 9 months ago. So really excited there. So, as real estate agents, I think that we're terrible at following up with our clients. And a lot of our clients that we generate are 6 months to a couple of years upstream from making a buy or sell decision. So how do we follow up with them? So we created this AI bot, chat bot, and built in what we call real-time property intelligence. So it has all the data from 500 odd MLSs across the country and in Canada. So this bot will answer any questions about a property. So, we could go up to a yard sign and QR code a rider and ask, I've got 2 dogs. Would this be a good house for us? And the bot will interact and just say, yeah, your furry friends will love this home. It's got a fully fenced backyard. Or what color are the kitchen cabinets? So we're using Chat 4, not this Chat GPT like most everybody's using. So it reads pictures, and it'll answer the cabinets are white. You seem to have some interest in this home. Let's schedule you for an appointment. It then syncs with your calendar, so it knows that Tina's available at 4 o'clock this afternoon or 11 o'clock tomorrow. So
Wow.
just really, really excited. What it does is it allows us to keep focusing on working with our clients and not having to focus so much on the follow-up.
Yeah.
So really excited about that. The second thing is a new streaming TV system called MoveTube TV. So we're just getting MLS approval literally this week. So it'll be a new way to search for a home just in the comfort of your home on your whatever 80-inch screen TV. And so a participating listing agent could get all the leads. It's interactive. You can, go on the TV and put your search parameters in, and it'll, just present you those homes. So very, very interactive. So pretty excited. I don't know if it's going to be a Zillow or a Redfin killer, but I think it'll be open up another avenue for people to interact and search for
love
property.
that. So impressive, Jeff. Doing the amount of business that you're doing and always looking at creating new things. And a takeaway for this, if you're listening to the show, you have to make change. If you have not read the book, Move My Cheese, great book. My first book when I got into the mortgage industry back in May of 1995, completely changed or started the way I would do my business, always looking for a different way to do things, always being willing to change and adapt with the times that are changing. And that's what Jeff is just talking to you about, is times are changing and you need to adapt with it. And don't get nervous about technology and the things that come into the industry, because it makes it easier. I've been in the industry since almost 30 years now. And I remember back before when real estate agents, and Jeff, you'll remember this too, they had big, huge binders, and a buyer couldn't look at homes unless they got with an agent that had that big, huge binder. And then the internet was coming in and everybody was worried about there being no business. Well, think about doing business back with that big binder versus how easy it is and how much more business that you can do and more value can be to your clients now that you don't have to worry about that because it's all online. So adapt with technology, learn to change with technology, connected with people like Jeff that are doing big things in the real estate industry and doing big volume, because that's where you can learn to take your business to the next level as well. Thank you so much for that, Jeff. Yeah. Coming up next on the Best in Seattle Real Estate Podcast, continued conversation with Jeff Dickinson of eXp Realty. Welcome back to the Best in Seattle Real Estate Podcast.
So how do you choose your mortgage professional partner when referring your buyers? Tina Mitchell, 145-420, is passionate about her career in the mortgage industry because of the challenges her family faced keeping a roof over their heads. She played her violin with her little sister at Pike Place Market as street performers to help their parents pay the bills. This was a traumatic experience for her, but drove her to work hard and realize the success she has today. Tina purchased her first home when she was 20, and this gave her a sense of pride and security that her parents did not have. Helping others reach their dreams of home ownership is rewarding to Tina. Tina has been in the mortgage industry for over 25 years and has been recognized in the top 1% nationwide. For more information on how Tina is helping her buyers stand out next to their competition, go to TinaMitchellTeam.com. That's TinaMitchellTeam.com.
Welcome back to the Best in Seattle Real Estate Podcast, sponsored by Hubbard Radio Seattle. My show, and I created the show, but I just can't get the timing right. Brand new show, so I'm still trying to get with the program. Right. I am your host and local mortgage expert, Tina Mitchell. Continued conversation that I'm having with Jeff Dickinson of eXp Realty. So, are you a real estate agent looking for that one thing to take your business to next height, your new heights? Jeff is here to motivate and inspire you to be your best. You will learn what Jeff is doing and how you can implement his best practices into your real estate business. Today, Jeff is sharing his strategies and the mindset needed to be the best in the industry. He is here to inspire other real estate agents to level up their real estate business. Learn Jeff's secrets to success. Jeff, thank you again for being here and for sharing your secrets with my listeners.
Well, always a pleasure, Tina. Thanks.
So as you think about the future of your business, what do you see? We've talked about some new things that are happening. What else do you see moving forward in the future of your real estate business?
Yeah, for me, I've done a lot of soul searching the last year here, and one of the things I'm so lead generation focused, so that's really my wheelhouse. And so one of the big ahas that I've had recently is all these agents are going after advertising for pretty homes and things like that, for consumers to engage in. I really think the mortgage side, the mortgage lead entry point is the place that I've been focusing the last year, and it's really been mind-blowing. So I've been operating this in 20 different markets the past year, and we're just generating thousands of mortgage leads. They're kinder leads. They're more teed up, ready to go versus these others that are 6 months or 2 years away. So I've just been on this journey to find the kindest clients or leads that I can work with. Why it's hard enough. Why make it harder? So I think that's one of my biggest aha deals. So what we've done is we've created this question-based funnel system that is it's just working. It takes a lot of the kind of the riffraff away, and it just leaves those that really have a high degree of interest and high degree of intention, in a shorter compressed time frame. So just really excited about that as well.
Yeah, just again, so impressed, Jeff, with looking outside of the box and really finding ways to generate more business in the new times that we're in. So, what top value add do you provide that sets you aside from your competitors, Jeff?
The biggest thing. So I do 50 plus listings a year. The one thing that I hear time and time again, where I'm winning over another agent and probably winning 80% of the time, is coming in with a plan. It seems like all these sellers want a plan. They don't do this very often, so they really don't know. There's a good education component on that. So I try to lead with education. But time and time again, I just hear, Jeff, we chose you because you have a plan.
Yeah.
And it's putting the plan on paper, just showing them. I work with a lot of Boeing engineers, so I like to say, let's just reverse engineer. You want to put your home on the market April 15th. Let's just work backwards. What are those tasks? What are the things that we have to do to get your to get your home ready. That's probably one of the biggest things that that I find that has set me apart. I think the other thing is just um, coming to a client as their uh, kind of real estate expert, and just really laying out options for them so they can make the most informed decisions, and making the journey, the buyer sell journey, all about them. It's their adventure. Let's make it a stressful one. So those are the ideals that really come to mind.
That is great. And yeah, having a plan, and your plan is kind of like it's a template. It's a template that you work very hard on continuing to adjust and make better as times change. We talked about continuing to do things a little bit better, but you have a template that is going to be the same template for every seller. However, it is completely unique and tailored for that specific seller's need. But the template of how you go through that and the plan that you've put together to be successful, that's what the key is. And I'll do a little shout out, as I am a mortgage specialist, and I can. What Jeff does also, I'm sure in his planning, he didn't mention it, but no doubt that there's some unique things that nobody else offers or is unique to him. I can help you in that plan. If you're going to a listing presentation for a seller, I personally offer a 1% rate buy down that I pay for to buyers that come in and utilize me for their mortgage. So it's kind of like a builder. When you go out and you go to a builder, they have a preferred lender. Well, you now as a real estate agent can tell your seller in that listing appointment, I have a preferred lender because of my relationship in the industry. This lender is willing to give your buyer a 1% discount on their interest rate for the first year. If they choose to work with her, it's great. If not, but it gets you something that sets your home aside. Now, also, Mr. Seller, with this lender, you've got the ability to lock in a rate for the buyer on that particular home. So you can maybe offer your buyer a 2% lower rate than any other house has out there, because you've strategized and bought that rate for that buyer up front. So reach out to me if you have any questions on that. Just I tag that in, not to necessarily sell myself, but of course I'd be a disservice by not letting you know what I can do, but it fit in perfectly with what Jeff was talking about in having a plan together and bringing in something unique that no other agent can offer, majority. So Jeff, how do you look for opportunities to grow personally and professionally as we're wrapping up my conversation with you today?
Yeah, so just trying to I just scour the universe on social media and just try to see what the trends are. What's happening. I go out and do some open houses just to get the pulse. And again, my whole pursuit is, where can I find the kindest clients to work with, integrating, corporate affinity, the AI bot, different resources that I've used. And so that's been working really well for me. We've been really good at adapting to current market conditions. I'm so thrilled that our market conditions are improving. So
Yes.
it's been a great first quarter. So yeah, blessings from that standpoint. So
Yeah.
but yeah, just kind of a sponge just to take in, collaborate with others. I think that's the coolest thing about eXp Realty, is that they've been so collaborative. It's been a blessing from that standpoint too. So go meet for coffee with other agents. They don't have to be in your brand. Just go and meet with other agents, see what they're doing, and just learn from them. So
Yeah, great advice, because I think some agents can feel that they're in this alone, and you are not alone. You have your company that you work for that has other agents. Make sure you're collaborating and communicating and surrounding yourself with ones that are doing business, because those are the ones that are excited about the opportunity. What you don't want to do is get yourself stuck in the 80% that are getting 20% of the volume, because that's the way it runs. And actually, they've talked about it switching to a 90-10. So if it switches to a 90-10, that means 90% of real estate agents are getting 10% of the volume. And I want you to think about that. how bad would that be for 90% only getting 10% of the transaction? So those are the ones that you're hearing negative things. They're frustrated. They can't pay their bills. So really be strategic in who you're aligning yourself with. And then when you get to a level that you're strong enough emotionally to listen and take that in, then you can be the motivator and the inspired to that 90% and help some of them get out of that to where they can shift to be the 10% that are getting 90% of the business. So you're not alone. Again, that's the reason I created this show, is so that you have a place to come to and listen to other agents that are doing it at a very, very high level. So Jeff, again, I can't tell you enough how much I respect you as an industry leader, proven by your volume, and as a person. And I just really appreciate you giving back and sharing your secrets to people that are listening to my podcast.
My pleasure, Tina. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to see you and be included. Thank you.
You're very welcome. To watch my video recording with Jeff or other industry leaders in the real estate space, go to bestinseattlerealestate.com, or you can catch my show on my show YouTube channel, or of course, in all the podcast platforms. Tina Mitchell, your host and local mortgage expert. Until next time.
Tina Mitchell, MLO 145420, is a licensed loan originator with Highlands Residential Mortgage Limited. The views expressed by the speakers on the preceding program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of Highlands Residential Mortgage Limited, nor are they necessarily endorsed by Highlands Residential Mortgage Limited.